Hey, welcome to webercam.com. Another video in the series. It's the weeknight edition. And today, I'm going to be even more sloppy than usual. We're going to take the dough that we made a few nights ago. 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of water, about a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, dry yeast, any kind, and a teaspoon of salt, regular, 1.5 teaspoons if you're using kosher. We mix that up into a kind of a ball, and that's what it looks like after 3 nights. It's 72 hours, and it's just a very slack dough. But because it's in the refrigerator, slack dough is pretty easy to work with. What I'm going to do, I just took it out of the fridge, I'm going to sprinkle some flour on it, so it's like that, and then I can just work it around the outside, like that. I'm going to take my putty knife, split it in 2. We're going to make 2 pizzas tonight. So I'm going to try to round these guys. This is an experiment in pizza. I'm going to use a nice slack dough and hope that I get some nice bubbles on the final pizza. So we have 2 lumps, and we're going to let those rest a little bit and then squish them out onto a piece of parchment. They're very easy to work with, and let me just say that pizza tonight is going to be about 6 o'clock, and it's only about 4:15 now. So we're going to squish these out. This recipe makes about 250 gram shells for pizza. So keep flouring because it's going to get sticky fast. So we get these now. Because this is really pretty moist dough, I'm going to push them out to about a 12-inch round and put them on parchment paper. And I just do that by letting them rest and keep pushing it out with your fingers. If Frankie were here, she'll be in any minute. She does this pretty good, and she's 6. She's been doing it since she was 3, so this is a pretty easy part of it. And here's a piece of parchment. I buy my parchment at 12-inch rounds. And I have a 15-inch pizza stone. One of these little guys is good for 1 pizza. So usually top them all different. Give everybody their own pizza. So that's not quite there, but it's close. What I'm going to do is just let these 2 rest. I'm going to go walk the dog, and I'll come back and push these out, and I'll show you how it's going. In the meantime, I'm going to walk the dog and turn on the oven, get ready, and get my toppings out. I'll see you soon. Hey, we're back. I just wanted to show you that I took the pizza shells off of the parchment. I don't want to put them on the parchment until they're final size. So I'm going to work them a little bit more, keep them well floured. If you put them on the parchment too early, they'll stick. So keep them off of the parchment, sitting on your counter. There's no need to cover these at any time in the making. So just leave them on the counter and keep them well dusted with flour. So just sprinkle the flour on and just keep moving it with your hands. And when you get close to a 10 to 12-inch round, then flop it onto the paper, and I'll show you that in a minute. Alright, more on the sloppy pizza video. Okay, I'm just gonna, here they are, they're just about done. I think they're about 10 inches or so. I keep a lot of flour on them, and they'll stick a teeny little bit, but no biggie. Now what I'm going to do is finally take my 2 rounds of parchment, flap them on there, and that's it. Okay, that's our prep for the dough. I am going to leave this out uncovered for at least an hour. You don't have to, you can cook it almost right away, but I'm going to leave this out for about an hour and get my toppings ready and charge my batteries, because I think batteries in the camera are dying. So that's it. It's a real sloppy preparation. I did this all in about 4 minutes, and I'll clarify things in the comments if I have to. But that's it. Leave them. I'm going to go clean up. I never walked the dog. I'm going to go do that and fire up the oven to about 500. The next video I'll top them, throw them in the oven, and then I'll just show you a final picture of the final pizza.
Mommy,
okay.
Papa.
What?
Can you
Frankie's, hold on. These things have been rising. These two shells have been rising for about 45 minutes. And Frankie's going to top it with tomatoes, some mozzarella, let's see what else. A little oregano. We're just using canned tomatoes too. They're really nice to use. Put a little sprinkle of salt and a little more tomato sauce. Okay, so we're going to get these things topped and let them sit even a little bit longer until we're ready ready to eat. And Frankie, you got anything to say?
Can you actually eat a piece when you're doing it?
Eat a piece of what?
Cheese.
Yeah, of course. Alright, so there's some of the cheese that's going, and some of it's going to end up on the pizza. But probably a lot more of it is going to end up, I don't know, it's probably 50-50 split. So Frankie's going to keep topping them. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you where it's going to be cooked. And the next thing, we got simple pizza stone, lower third of the oven. We'll cook at 500 degrees. And Frankie say, see you in a little while.
See you in a little while.
Alright, so, start. Alright, this is it. An hour and a half ago we started making the pizzas. We pushed them out, put them on parchment, let them sit for about an hour, and then topped them, threw them in a 500 degree oven for about 10 minutes. Had some beer, Dave's beer. So refreshing. Now, we're done. I'm going to show you what I was shooting for with this recipe. And we almost got it. We got some nice bubbles on the outside of the crust. Are you getting a pretty good close-up of that? Okay, it's got some nice bubbles. And the dough was not kneaded. It was a really slack dough. That's why we used the parchment. And that's it. We're getting ready to sit down with salads and pizza tonight. So thanks for stopping by our kitchen. This has been Weber Cam production.